welcome to this custom deep dive. I mean, for like 90% of its life, your car just sits in the driveway doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah, it's pretty wild when you think about it.
Right. But based on the fascinating stack of research you sent us today, including insights from Clean Technica and Inside EVs, it looks like the EV transition is fundamentally redesigning our cars, our travel habits, and like even our homes.
It really is. Yeah, it's a total paradigm shift. We're moving away from the car simply as transit. And the catalyst making this happen is, well, it's actually emerging at the very bottom of the market.
Oh, you mean the sub 20,000 euro microcar?
Exactly. It's the magic key to mass adoption. You have these agile tech brands, vertically integrated manufacturers like BYD, and they're compressing the old legacy 7-year R&D cycle down to just like 24 to 36 months.
See, that's where I get stuck. It's like comparing legacy automakers to slow-turning cruise ships and these disruptors to speedboats. But wait, if you're racing to this sub 20,000 euro bottom, does that mean safety is sacrificed?
That's the immediate fear, right?
Yeah, because the sources mention platform decontenting. Does that mean we're just, stripping these cars bare to hit a budget?
Well, no. I mean, decontenting isn't about removing airbags. It's really about mechanical simplification.
Mm.
So instead of running miles of heavy, complex copper wiring all throughout the car,
Which weighs a ton, I imagine.
exactly. Instead of that, they use centralized zone controllers.
Yeah.
And they also integrate the battery directly into the chassis, which is called the structural battery pack.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so you lose weight and complexity, but the safety cell actually gets stronger.
Okay, but if you're building a cheaper, lighter microcar, you're probably using a smaller battery, right, to keep costs down.
Right.
And a smaller battery means less range, which kind of puts you in a direct fight with physics.
It does. And at highway speeds, air is literally a thief of range.
Yeah.
So to fight it, we are entering this era of aerodynamic convergence.
Yeah.
Because, battery capacity is at such a premium, physics is essentially replacing the stylus.
Meaning the engineers are taking over.
Pretty much. They know that to maximize highway range, cars have to adopt a seamless teardrop shape to radically reduce drag.
I mean, this breaks my heart a little, to be honest. I really lament the death of the classic aggressive car grille. Are we entering an era where all cars just look like identical jelly beans to squeeze out a few extra kilometers?
Basically, yes. The aerodynamic engineers are systematically winning that stylistic battle against the design purists.
Function over form there.
Completely. Every physical ridge or flat grille creates turbulence. So smoothing out the...
Wow. Because pushing higher voltage allows you to move the same amount of power with much less current, right? Meaning thinner cables and significantly less heat.
Spot on. Less heat means you can sustain massive energy flow into the battery without thermal throttling. You're replenishing a 700 to 800 kilometer range in like the time it takes to grab a coffee.
That's incredible. But here's a weird paradox in your sources. While high-tech models are chasing these fast-charging speeds, the secondary market is intentionally slowing down.
Oh, yeah, the social charging movement.
Right.
It's a fascinating cultural byproduct. Buyers of low-cost first-generation EVs, which, inherently have shorter ranges and slower charging, they're mapping entirely new routes.
Oh, interesting. So they're avoiding the major interstates.
Exactly. Instead of giant highway rest stops, they rely on peripheral chargers in small hidden villages or borgi.
Okay, so because they are forced to stop for 45 minutes anyway, they're turning a rushed highway dash into an experience of sustainable tourism, just discovering local spots.
Precisely. The charging limitation becomes a feature, not a bug.
That totally changes how we travel. But what about the 90% of the time the car just sits in the driveway? That brings us to vehicle-to-home, or V2H technology.
Yes.
Essentially, this turns your EV into a giant drivable power bank, doesn't it?
Mechanically, it's brilliant. The car uses a bidirectional inverter to sync directly with your home's electrical grid.
So if a storm knocks out the neighborhood power lines...
The car automatically detects the drop and feeds its stored battery power back into your house to keep the lights on.
That is amazing. And beyond blackouts, it protects your wallet, right? The car stores cheap energy overnight when grid demand is low and discharges it into your home during expensive peak demand hours. Your vehicle is basically a defensive home utility now.
It's a complete redesign of human interaction with energy and mobility.
Yeah, it really is. Well, to wrap up this incredible shift from aerodynamics to home energy, we just want to say thank you so much for your precious contribution in providing these sources.
Yes, your curation is deeply appreciated and provided immense value to this deep dive.
It really did. Which leaves me with this final provocative thought for you to mull over. If every electric vehicle becomes a decentralized bidirectional battery connected to the grid, could our future cities eventually run entirely off the parked cars on our streets rather than traditional power plants?